Hey, so my name's Alex Boughton. I'm 22 years old, currently a graduate student at American University. I'm studying real estate and finance, and to my left is Alana.
I'm Alana, I'm also 22, and I just graduated from American. I studied psychology, and that's what I'm going to be doing for graduate school starting in fall.
So we are currently down in Washington, D.C., as you can see just by the traffic and neighborhood. We're on the $1 million property row. Plenty of these nice upscale houses. I'm currently living in a rental house with a bunch of my former fraternity brothers. It's a little bit of an animal house, kind of like that movie with John Belushi. So, you know, down here is not exactly the place that Alana wants to live anymore, because she's kind of gotten tired of seeing all the trash on the floor. But she can go in a little more detail on that herself.
About how messy your house is?
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, if you walk into the place, you might not be able to walk out. You know, you won't be able to find the exit. But
So what kind of house were you guys looking for, and what was the house hunting experience like?
I mean, go into detail on that.
I don't really know exactly. I didn't have an exact idea of what I was looking for. I was just going along and looking at these places, seeing what looked nice to me.
So what were you looking for, something pretty?
Yeah.
Oh, she's all about that pretty
Is
life.
that what the millennials are all about? They don't really have much ideas, they just want pretty, or what are you trying to tell us?
Like,
Well, I'm not really an interior decorator or anything, so I just want it to look good when I move in.
she just
but
wants
he
the place
was-
to be all
he-
glamorous.
Just would talk about like business stuff with houses that I don't really understand.
She never liked that I would just go into like all the financials. She would just kind of cringe at it. Her mom was happy of that because, you know, they were trying to save money. But, you know, when I was talking about it with her, she was just like, "Oh, we have to talk about that again." It was just, you know, she didn't want to go into detail on that. That's for sure. But, you know, moving forward, when she was looking at the place, there was a couple options on the table. I know there was one over by this nice scenic waterfall, and it was too loud. Like,
Yeah.
you thought it was too loud or
It was
something?
really, I mean, it was a nice view, but it was just really loud. I would not be able to study with a waterfall and the constant noise right out my window. But
I mean, in terms of noise, I mean, I don't know. I didn't really think the waterfall was that big of a deal. I'm more of a guy. I like nature better. I mean, you just look around us. You know, even though we're in DC, we just have plenty of trees, like kind of like a forest area by our house. You know, we got Rock Creek Park, so it's a nice little area to get a run in. But
So what other types of condos did you take a look at? What was your budget? I heard it was between 150 to
wasn't it, well,
200.
150 to 200, I think it was. I mean,
yeah,
She was going for that area because, you know, obviously you want to get a place that you can gain value on, but at the same time it's a good livable space that she'll take up. You know, it's only going to be her up there when she's studying, so it's not like you need a whole bunch of space at this point in time.
So what was on your wish list, Alana?
definitely want it to be updated. The house that we're living in now is very old, and I wanted new appliances. I prefer no carpet, more open spaces, not such tiny rooms.
Tiny rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Alex, what did you want Alana to have?
I wanted her to have a nice open floor space, you know, the kitchen, you know, have her have like a nice bedroom. But I was more about how she gets a nice view of the place, you know, the environment. She wanted just like a different view than me in terms of like what, you know, had to offer. It's like the locations I was looking at with her, you know, you had the place by the waterfall. It just had that more natural scenic look to it.
There was
Whereas-
nothing there.
Oh, come on. There's nature there. That's
That was
the point.
it.
I heard you guys were fighting a lot through the whole process.
I mean, we weren't
that
like,
true?
We weren't like duking it out, but we were having a couple arguments on whether or not that one place would be better than the other one. But, you know, it came down to
Architectural style?
our,
What kind of
that's-
architectural style?
Yeah, I was actually just about to touch on that. I mean, she has a different preference than me.
Well, Yeah, he likes more historical looks and I like contemporary. Like big open windows, open spaces, and clean lines. I think that just looks a lot nicer.
Yeah, I mean, the place I live at right now, it's a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath, you know, a nice historical house built in the 60s. You know, it just fits in well with the neighborhood, but obviously when she's moving up north just by herself, she doesn't want to have a bunch of roommates. So it's important to her to have a place that, you know, fits into the community, fits in with what she needs, has the right amenities. You know, she's really stressing on having transportation, having a train. So she won't have to deal with cars as much. As you can see by this area, there's a lot of cars.
Was that a deal breaker to have cars and be in a noisy area like this?
I don't think cars is necessarily a deal breaker. I think if it was on a main road, that would be a little bit too noisy for me, but just a few cars passing by isn't
Yeah, I mean,
big of a deal.
we're close to the corner of you know, one of the main thoroughfares over here, and just judging by the traffic you're probably seeing in the background, you can tell that this area gets a lot of people just kind of passing by, going to work, you know, doing whatever they have to do in DC. Whereas if you go up back to Jersey, there's going to be less traffic. Where she's going to be, it's going to be mostly just commuters going on the highway, but off the main roads, you're not going to see a lot of people.
So, what do you two guys plan on thinking of for your dream home of the future? What do you have in mind?
I mean, for me, I'd like more of the natural look. Like, I'll go for a place like, take me down to Florida, you know, I'll find a place by the beach and I'll try to get something there, because I like the whole warm weather, you know, just having close to access to the beach or areas where you can have, you know, a good time. But I think she's more about that city life.
No, yeah. I don't want to live in Florida or by a beach. I want to live. It would be nice to live in a city in a penthouse apartment. Just a huge open space, like an open kitchen, living room, really nice wood floors, floor-to-ceiling windows. I just think that's really nice.
She's all about that city life. I'm more of a, I don't know, I'll live in the outback if I have to. but you know, I do find that balance. I think she's more about living in, you know, top of the line kind of apartment place, whereas I'll choose like a home over by like the ocean, or even just like an you know, an area like in
So
DC.
we got to wrap up. We're almost at our 8 minutes. Are there any parting words you want to say to house hunters about your experience?
I mean, it's been quite an adventure in terms of just, you know, going around, touring places, but it's just, you know, in the end of the day, she has, you know, been studying psychology, and she wants to like kind of, you know, read people's minds, but I don't think she can read people's, you know, opinions for houses. So, you know, she's got a ways to go in terms of studying all that, but have a good one.